A lot of my friends are having children. You know what I mean? We're getting older, they're getting married, and they're just having children. I don't have any children, but I thought I would give you some advice. You don't need to beat your children. A lot of people say that you do, don't spare the rod and spoil the child, all that. You don't need to beat your children. What you need to do is you need to get your children to respect you. If they respect you, they will listen to you, or at least hear you out. And I say that parents need to get their children to respect them, but the truth is parents need to maintain their children's respect, because children are actually born thinking their parents are awesome. So if your child doesn't respect you anymore, it's because you slipped up and because you did enough things for the child to start looking at you sideways. If you have to beat your children to get them to listen to you, then you failed. You failed in a way to communicate with your children and to have that line of communication open enough so they can understand you. What makes me really sad when I see parents hitting their children when their child's like a toddler, or the child barely understands language and you're hitting the child. Like, you can't really talk. What is that? That's not a good look. Or once your child is old enough to understand language, then you don't need to hit your child because you can talk to them. If you use force to control your child, then your child learns to fear you. It learns to circumvent your rules. It learns to stay on your good side instead of trouble. But your child won't actually learn your values, won't actually understand your thought process. It'll just learn to fear you. And you can turn a moment of learning for your child into a moment of conflict. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I used to get beat, even if I was wrong, I would walk away from the punishment like, yo, I'm mad now. I'm justified. That wasn't right. They shouldn't be hitting me. Instead of me sitting down and learning about what I was doing wrong, I'm feeling like, yo, that was uncalled for. And that's not what you want. You want to impart your wisdom to your children, or you want to keep your child on the right path. You want to teach your child how to think. But beating your child just teaches your child to fear you and teaches your child how to stay away from you. And you don't want that relationship. If you have to beat your child, you've actually just admitted the fact that your child doesn't respect you. You've admitted the fact that your opinion, your voice doesn't have any sway. Let me tell you about my niece. I've never seen anyone hit my niece, but when she was younger, if she did something bad or something that wasn't good, if you just give her a look like, yo, I don't like what you did, it would hurt her. Like, it would make her feel, she would cry just by saying, no, don't do that. Because it's like she valued our opinions and she respected us to the point where knowing that we were displeased with her behavior hurt her, you know? And I think that's all the control you need, getting your child to think you're cool. Like with my mom would never punish me. She would just give me this look and just kind of say like, I'm disappointed in you. And nothing hurt more than that. It was like, and it made me reflect on my own stuff. So my people are Jamaican, that a lot of the violence that happens in homes is inherited through generations. And I want to trace some of it back to slavery. I want to say that, you know, beating your child is not much different than a slave master beating a slave, and that we inherited that culture, we inherited that legacy, but it's time that we just drop it and say, no, we don't. I'm going to talk to my children. I'm going to get my children to understand me. That's really all I want to say. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there is a point or a place in child rearing for violence? Can I call it violence? It's violence. But do you think there's a place for it? Let me know.